All right, yo. So I forgot to start recording earlier, but I started taking out the spark plugs. So it's the plug that I'm running, and GK. It's basically like the stock one, just a heat range colder. Right now I'm gapping them all to 25 thousandths, so 0.025. That's what my tuner recommended for me. Make sure the gap is right. If it's too big, it won't be an optimal spark. If it's too small, you're gonna keep fouling them out. So how I'm doing it, I got this plug gapper. You don't wanna scrape up the tip, like the electrode tip. You don't wanna scrape up the tip too bad. So I kind of just tap it against something, get the gap smaller and smaller, and just keep checking the gap until it's about, I'd say just over 0.025. You might get it to where it's a little too small, the gap. So it's like at like 0.21 right now. What I do is I just get some pliers, slightly open it back up a little bit, and then just keep tapping on it. I got it to about right there, and that's about just over. So obviously y'all can see the hole is way down there. You don't want to just drop them in there. So what I do is I just get a, what is this? Is this a fuel line? So either fuel line or vacuum line, something that can fit the plug, the top of the plug, just like that. And that's what I do. Drop that in there. Do a couple of rotations and you can get the thread started. And obviously after you get the thread started, then it's just easier to get the spark plug tool in there. So you can see, get the thread started, and then just finish it off with the socket. So that's fuel line right there. That was for my 240. Yeah, last time I used vacuum line, I just have a bunch of extra lines up there on the shelf. So as for the coil, I got the OEM Hitachi coils. These were not too expensive. I think they were on Amazon. They're the highest rated ones. Those are the legit ones. I can't speak on the other ones. Those may or may not be legit, but nothing visually was wrong with my coils. I just, you know, getting misfires, random misfires. Might as well do all the coils, all the plugs. I was gonna do this either way because this is 160,000 mile engine and still original coils. So from what I know, at least. So all plugged up. It's all in there. Get one of these. Do not over torque these. There's no reason. The coils actually stay in by themselves. These are just to help secure them and make sure they don't pop up. So once again, here I am. Took off the intake part right here. Just the intercooler piping, and I'm taking out all the plugs once again. So found out. So last video I said that it was misfiring, random misfires, and you know, just watch the last video. But so I found out that the misfiring is most likely due to injectors. I use the 85 exclusively ever since a couple months. It was only on 91 for a couple months, and ever since then it's been just straight 85. So I don't know if that
has to do, because 85 is known for like ruining injectors basically, but I don't have anywhere near me that will test and clean my injectors. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking out all the spark plugs, seeing which ones are different colors, and those are the ones that I'll know that the injectors are bad. So ideally you want it to be a neutral color, so like not too ashy or like too white, and then not too carboned up and black. So we're gonna see what colors they are. They all look fine for the most part, but 2 of them are a little iffy, so I'm gonna see what I can do about those 2-cylinder injectors, the 2 injectors for those cylinders. And I already bought some more, but another thing I'm gonna do is change my fuel pump, make sure this whole fuel assembly is okay. I had a Walbro 255 and it took a shit on me very fast. It was a authentic 255. Then I put this Amazon one in here, $20 255 pump. It worked good, showed no issues, and I don't get any codes, and my fuel pressure seems fine. I don't have a gauge, but I should probably get one. But so yeah, fuel pressure and everything seems fine. So but you know what I'm saying, like I said, these are things that I need to work out anyway, so I am going to replace this with another 255, even though I'm sure this one's good, and I'll just save this for something else. So everything is decently self-explanatory up to this point. At this point, you're just dealing with plastics and stubborn plastic. So first thing I do is I get this bottom part off. Did not mean for that to happen, but I'll get that, clean it up. So getting this top half off is very annoying. So what I do sometimes, place it on the floor, make sure you're not gonna break anything. You know, it's all plastic, so put some rags down, place it on the floor all clean, and then kind of step on the sides. And then as I'm kind of pulling this top part off, I'm taking these 2 tabs back, and then these 2 tabs back, and then this bottom half should separate from the top half. If you don't do it like that, you're gonna be all holding it and having 2 hands holding it and trying to pull it apart. It sucks. So here's the top half off. If you keep it upside down, a bunch of fuel that's just in there is gonna keep spilling out. So I'm actually gonna go drain it into the tank. If it's your first time putting in one of these, it has notches on the bottom, and it's not gonna fit with the stock fuel little basket, so you're gonna have to trim these off. So using whatever means you have, just trim these little bottom 4 notches off. I'm driving right now. Just put the new pump in, put all the plugs and coils back, and I put some seafoam into the tank. So far right now it's running a little better, actually. It's idling a little bit better, so we'll see if this helps the issue. It was running fine before. It was a little weird, but it was running fine, but it's even better. So, and well, you know, check engine light is still, because my O2s are still enabled. Have to drive the car a little bit more, but I wasn't expecting seafoam to do much for me anyway. But it was worth, you know, it's worth the try. But yeah, no, I already ordered some new injectors, so being 100%, it feels a little bit better. By how much? Not enough to matter, but definitely does feel a lot better. I don't think I'm imagining it. I'm not really getting into it yet, but I still don't have anywhere to really get into it yet, or enough space. But right there, it actually felt pretty good in the mid-range until it got to about like 6K. Then it started feeling like how it felt before I did all the seafoam. So gonna be the end of this video. Finally hit 100 subscribers, all organic. Never once that I asked anybody to subscribe, but y'all still did, so I really appreciate that. This is not my first channel. Throughout all my channels throughout time, I don't think I hit 1,000 yet. This is my main channel, like where everything goes, everything. Direction of this channel, like, it might be confusing to some. It's gonna be mostly car, but of course there's gonna be all my music's gonna be on here as well. I don't really want to separate that, just because, like, if there's videos that don't look as interesting and click on, you can just skip them, like, it's cool. But yeah, I don't really want to separate it, because that's who I am, just the cars and the music and whatnot. So that's why it's all going on the same page. So I just really want to get this car finished, so make some numbers, you know, some slight, you know, especially for how much I spent. I did not spend that much. So see, you heard the RPM jump. So yeah, so stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming, not just my car. I'm not sure when, but very, very soon. So